कोई कुछ बोलना पसंद करेंगे? Anyone? Sorry, I am speaking Hindi, so I'll move to English now. So thank you all for joining, and first of all, I offer my respectful obeisances to my beloved spiritual master, Nikrila Parvishtom Vishnupada Paramahans Parvajikacharya Ashtodra Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my dandavats pranams millions of times to Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, all the Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Vaishnava, all the assembled Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis present here. My dandavat pranams to all of you. So before we move next, I was just asking if anyone remember what are the 6 questions that sage is asked here to Shonak Rishi Suta Goswami. Do we remember any one question? Anyone want to give a try? Whether you know, not know, half question, full question. Anything you want to try? What were the 6 questions? योगेश्वर प्रभु नंदिनी जी।
मैं लास्ट मैं मिस किया, मैंने लास्ट वाला जो है एपिसोड मैं देख नहीं पाया एक्चुअली, पिछले वाला। हाँ जी।
What is the essence of all the scriptures, Prabhuji? Was that the question?
One of the question was that, right? What is the essence
of all the scriptures?
Yeah. So yes, I will quickly repeat. The first question was, what is the absolute and ultimate goal for people in general? What is the ultimate goal? Any living entity who has taken birth in this world, what is his ultimate goal? What is the essence of all scriptures, as Didi rightly said? Second question. Third question was, what purpose the Lord appeared in the womb of Devaki as a son of Vasudeva? What was the purpose of appearance of the Lord? Third question. Fourth question, tell us the acts of the Lord performed in relationship with the creating material world. How did Lord created this world? What are the actions he did? Tell us something about that. Fifth question, sages are asking, narrate us the transcendental pastimes of Sri Krishna and his incarnations. Can you tell us some pastimes about Krishna, his incarnations, all that thing? And then the sixth question, what they are asking, where has religion taken shelter after Krishna has retired to his abode? Bhagwan, Krishna, when he is present in this world, he is the establisher of the Dharma. So now Lord has gone back. Lord is not there in this world now. Where is Dharma now? Whose shelter Dharma has taken? So these were the 6 questions, and I was hearing Sushma Didi explained in detail very well all these questions. I will not go back to them, but we will come to our today's topic. Today's topic about Radha Tattva. So we celebrated Sri Radha Ashtami recently on Tuesday, and after that we will also cover a little bit on teachings of Maharani Kunti. Why are we talking about Maharani Kunti? Why her teachings are important? There is some good reason and lot of logic and lot of Tattva Siddhant behind it. Why we are talking about teachings of Maharani Kunti. But before that, Sri Radha Tattva, as Radha Ashtami, we celebrated. Anyone want to say anything about Radha Tattva before I start? Anyone want to give start with any inputs? Anything you want to tell? Please welcome to speak. Any 1 line, 2 lines, if you want to talk, feel free. There is no, hard and fast rule. If you want to say anything, you want to talk about anything about Radha Tattva, please feel free to talk. If not, no problem. Then I will just try to explain.
Hare Krishna, Radharani is the internal potency of Krishna.
Very nice, Nidhi. What else? That is very nice. Fun point.
You also call the Haladini Shakti of Krishna.
Haladini Shakti. Very true. Yes. So Radharani is the internal potency of Krishna. That means Radha, Krishna are non-different. it is said that Radha Rani and Krishna's potency, like Shakti Shaktimatyor Abhed. Before going deep into Radha Tattva, we also understand Krishna Tattva. Who is Krishna? We had been hearing from last many sessions. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's a person, that's why he's called personality. He's not just some Nirvikar, some Jyoti or something. He is a Supreme Personal. And just by his desire, millions and millions of Brahmans, are created, annihilated, maintained just by his desire, just by his will. So that's why Brahmaji says, Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. He is the Adi Purush. Ishwara Ekala Krishna Arasamudrata. He is the Ishwaraha. He is the only Ishwara. He is the topmost Ishwara. Remaining all are his Das. There is no doubt about it. Then, who is Srimati Radhika? Now we can go deep into Krishna Tattva. All the incarnations of Krishna as expansion, then as Balaram in one side, Radharani from second side. Then Balaram further expands in the Dham, where Krishna resides, Golok, Vrindavan, all the Vaikuntha planets, all the paraphernalia comes from Balaram. Is all Krishna's expansion only. Then Mahavishnu, then Balaram from Sankarshan, first 4 incarnations, first 4 Chaturvyuh we call it. Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Niruddha, Balaram. And then from there comes Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Shirodakshaya Vishnu. And again from that Shirodakshaya Vishnu, localized Vishnu Loka, and then this Brahmaji, and then further Jivas are created. So the whole root is Krishna himself. But Krishna is Shaktiman and Srimati Radharani is the Shakti. That's why it's called the Shakti and Shaktiman are one. That's why, as Didi said, Vinodini Didi, that she is the internal potency of Sri Krishna. What does internal potency mean? Antaranga Shakti mean? Internal potency means for the pleasure of Krishna. She is giving pleasure to Krishna only, nothing else. She has no other duty. External potency maintains this whole material world, this whole cosmic manifestation, is all this from Brahma Lok till Patal Lok. This is done by the external potency of Lord. Although external potency also is the expansion of Srimati Radharani. External potency, Uma, Rama, Satya, Sachi, Chandra, Rukmani, they are all expansions of Srimati Radharani. So the first expansion or the first incarnation or the first Swarupa Shakti of Sri Krishna is Srimati Radharani. Now there are many times, particularly in South India or in many, even in North, in Jaipur, there was sometimes a debate. How, am I audible?
Yes, we are still listening.
Yeah. So there was always a question that, is this some Radharani is a devotee of Krishna? Somebody may say Radharani was an paramour lover of Krishna. She was just a covered girl. Or somebody may say, no, she was a great devotee. So does this Antaranga Shakti, internal potency, or as good as Krishna came later on? No. So there were initially like Nimbarka and all, they worship Radharani. But before that, even Ramana Sampradaya, they worship Lakshmi Narayan. Their worship ultimately is to Lakshmi Narayan. But then it is not something was introduced later, because there are so many Shastric Pramanas.
आवाज तो अभी नहीं आ रही है.
हरे कृष्णा, अभी आवाज आ रही है प्रभु जी? मेरा
हाँ अब आई.
फ्लैप हो गया, शायद राउटर रिस्टार्ट होगा. जब तक वो रिस्टार्ट होके वापस शुरू होगा तब तक आई गॉट. तो या मेरा स्क्रीन विजिबल है या स्क्रीन भी अनशेयर हो गया है?
स्क्रीन आपकी भी नहीं दिख रही.
पोस्ट डिसेबल्ड पार्टिसिपेंट स्क्रीन शेयरिंग. आई थिंक मैं डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया इस कारण से. मेरा होस्ट की अथॉरिटी भी चली गई है. Probably when Geetanjali is back. She can give me again the access, but I think now I
Mhm.
have access to share my screen.
Okay.
But no problem. I will just read through these Siddhant.
Yes.
What we
Okay.
are
We are
doing.
listening. Yeah, we can listen.
So why we are understand what we are trying to understand here is
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, but Jyoti Didi seems to be the host, so probably she can give you the right?
is it? If she can give me, then it will be really nice. Because I think I
I mean, I
dropped a
can
few months
see.
second to join.
I can see she is the host. So is Jyoti Didi there? Hare Krishna.
Jyoti Didi is there.
Hare Krishna. Didi, can you make Subal Prabhu the host?
Probably you need to tell her how.
I also need to click and check the option. Probably she can see it in her screen. I cannot see it in mine.
So Didi, if you can see something in your screen, give home, make Subal host. You can make,
Co-host. I think co-host option or something.
yeah, co-host also you can make whatever.
I think, yeah, she gave you the.
Great. That is nice. Yeah, now I can share. Great. Thank you, Didi.
Thank you,
Some,
Prabhuji. Haribol.
some pictures and all, it makes it a little bit more interesting, although I have not prepared much. So now you can see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
So yeah, we were talking about Radha Tattva Praman from the Shastras, from Ved, Puran and other Upanishads. It is not somebody emotionally or because of some favor of some sampradaya or some particular sect or some particular dharma people. They are treating Radharani as the supreme personality, even equal to Krishna, even greater than Krishna. How can it be possible? It is said in Purana many places. What is the Radha Shabd meaning itself? At one meaning says, Aradite iti Radha. The one who is doing the Aradhana of Krishna in the topmost level is Srimati Radha. And the other meaning in this same Purana says, the one who is being worshipped by Krishna is Radha. So sometimes Radharani worships Krishna and sometimes Krishna worships Radha. So it is going continuous. It is not that because we are from Gaudiya Sampradaya or we are trying to propagate this cult or we are propagating something new. No. There are so many Praman from the Puranas as we were seeing here. It says in Samaved, people don't believe in Purana. They said, what is the proof from Vedas? So Samaved says, Yasya Pada Renu Vishishta Vrata Yasya Klankane Plantan Krishna Devo Golokam Nivasinim Tam Radhika Shakti Datri Namaham. Whose foot dust Krishna takes on his head. See how powerful statement Samved is saying. Yasya Pada Renu Vishvarta Yoga. Whose foot dust Krishna takes on his head. On whose lap, when Krishna puts his head, even he forgets Devo Golokam. Even he forgets the pleasure of the Golok Vrindavan Dham also. To that Srimati Radhakatam Radhikam Shaktim Datri Nama. I worship, I offer my pranam to such Radhika on whose lap Krishna even forgets his own abode Golok Vrindavan Dham, whose foot dust Krishna puts on his head. This is the Praman. Then again it says, Krishna iti upadate iti Radha. Radhika Upanishad says, the one who is worshipped by Krishna, Krishna iti upadite. Upadite upasana. From upasana came the word upadite. The one who is worshipped by Krishna is Srimati Radharani. Radharani Krishna ekam sanam, ekam manah, eka buddhi, eka deham, eka padam, eka antam, eka katam, atava bhuhe na bhuvayo. This is again from Radha Upanishad. It says Radha Krishna are one. They are not different. Radha Krishna ekasnam. Eka manah.
One. Yeah.
They are one. Their mind is
They are
also
one.
one. They are one mind,
Yeah.
one intelligence, one soul,
Indifferent. Yeah.
one Swarupa. He said they are both one. That's why Radha Krishna Ekasanam, Ekamana,
Ek.
Ekabuddhi, Ekadeham. Not even body is different. Or
Yes,
the
yes.
Lord Gaur Hari says they are eternally present as two in Golok Vrindavan Dham. Again they merge as one, as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when originally Krishna was there, he was again single only. So this is, they are not different from each other. They are both same. That is why it is called one Swarupa.
One.
Then again, what is, somebody may say, okay, this is from Upanishad, that is from Veda. What does Purana say? Then our Brahma Vivarat Quran says, Ayor Bhedam Buddhi tu karo he naraha Adam tasya bhavishya kulashato yav chandra diva karo. It is said, one who have a mindset where he says there's a difference between Radha and Krishna, evo bhed buddhi. A person who has bhed buddhi. Bhed buddhi means who is differentiating between Radha and Krishna. Yes, there is a difference from the perspective of rasa. As we were discussing about, Krishna is taking foot dust of Radhika on her head, not because of the Aishwarya, because of love. Krishna serves Srimati Radhika's foot dust. Why? Because of love. So from the rasa siddhanta, there can be supremacy. Sometimes Krishna is supreme, sometimes Radha is supreme, but from the concept of rasa, from the concept of tattva rasa siddhanta. But from the tattva siddhanta, it is said here, evo bhed buddhi yo kara sanara. If any human being, if any living entity has a bhed buddhi, has a differentiation between Radha and Krishna, what happens? Tasya bhashya kula sutra. There is one hellish planet called Kula Sutra. He will go to hell called Kula Sutra. Yava Chandra Diva. Till there is sun and moon in this earth, for that long he will remain in the Naraka called Kula Sutra. So how long he will remain? Till Pralay, that means. Till this material world, this Brahmand exists. Until the Mahapralay happens, this whole Brahmand gets drowned into the water during the Mahapralay, which we will learn slowly from the Bhagavatam. When Mahapralay comes, so till that time he will stay in Narkaloka if he thinks Radha and Krishna are different. This is for Brahma Vivarat Puran. Again, one who has different minds. Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta Radhika Paradevata. Narad Pancharatra, the oldest Pancharatra from the Narada Muni, what is he saying? He says Radha is Paradevata. Topmost Devata, there is nothing beyond Srimati Radhika. That is why it's Radhika Paradevata. Devi Krishna Mayi Prokta. So Radhika Paradevata. Radha Rani is the topmost. There is nothing beyond her. As we say, Govindam Adi Purusham. Similarly, it is said here, Radhika Paradevata. She is even supreme to Krishna. Then he says, Hare Ardha Tanu Radha, Radhika Ardha Tanu Hari. Again, Narad Pancharatra says, sometimes Radha Rani is worshipping Hari, and sometimes Hari is worshipping Srimati Radharani. There is no difference between they worshipping each other. And then it says, Mameha Purusham Rupam Gopika Janmahanam. Brahma Vivarat Puran says, I only take the form of a male form to become Krishna. Radharani says, who is Krishna? Krishna is not different from me. Mamehi Purusha Rupam. I only take the Rupa of a Purusha. I only take the form of Purusha, a male form. I only take. I am that Gopika who takes form of a Purusha, a man, and I become Srimati Radhika. I become Srimati Radhika. Then it says, Uma Satya Chandra, Rukmani Radha Avatar, Sabhyamani Avani, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says in one bhajan. Who are these incarnations of Srimati Radharani? Srimati Radharani's incarnations, whether it is the Gopikas in Vrindavan, in Golok Vrindavan Dham. Now you see the Aishwarya, the opulence of Srimati Radharani. The opulence of Radharani is everywhere. Whether it is Golok Vrindavan Dham, where Radharani expands herself in the form of Ashtagopis, then those gopis further are expanded, 108 gopis, 1008 gopis, and it's called the Shatakoti Gopi. 100 crore gopis are there serving Krishna and serving Srimati Radharani. So what are these 100 crore gopis? These are different moods of Srimati Radharani. Radharani says, I am able to serve to Krishna in one mood at a time. I cannot serve with so many different moods and satisfy Raso Vaisaha Krishna always. So what I will do is, I will expand my every mood in the form of one gopi. And sometimes she becomes Vamibhav, she becomes little bit, what you say, opposite to Krishna, not agreeing to go in his kunja or not allowing him to come inside the kunja. And sometimes he takes the form of a Chandravali, where she's always submissive to Krishna, always supporting Krishna. Then some Swapaksha gopis are all in the same mood of Radhika. Vipaksha gopis have different mood of Radhika. Why Radharani has to, blaspheme sometimes Krishna, why she is troubling Krishna. Krishna is so much doing for her. And some are neutral gopis, Swapaksha, Vipaksha, Pragalbha, and some are neutral gopis who always are sometimes this side, sometimes this side. Okay. So all these moods of Vrindavan are presented by Srimati Radharani. This is about Vrindavan. Then she only expands in the form of Rukmani, Satyabhama in Dwarika, which is again a spiritual abode next to Golok Vrindavan Dham. So who is Rukmani, who is Satyabhama, who is Jamanti? It is Srimati Radharani. Again, she is expanding in the form of those queens and serving Krishna in the mood of a wife, in Ardhangini, in Dwarika. In Vrindavan Dham, the mood is different. There is a Parikiya Ras. In Dwarika, mood is Sakhya. Now, who will serve Krishna as a ultimate, husband and wife relationship? Dear Radharani again expands in Rukmani, Satyabhama, and all those queens of Vrindavan, of Dwarika. Then again, same Radhika, she expands further. It says Uma as Parvati. Before Parvati, Lakshmi. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets where Lord Narayan is residing. So the expansion of Radhika is becoming Lakshmi there. Then further expansion of Radhika is becoming Durga, who is maintaining this whole material world. That is why called Durga. This jail, this prison house called Durga is maintained by whom? By Durga Devi. Who is Durga Devi? Again, she is Srimati Radhika. Durga Devi herself says, in Durga Tantra, that this name Durga which you are calling me is not my name. It is the name of my Swamini Srimati Radhika. Whatever potency I have, it is coming from Srimati Radhika. Whatever service I do, it is for the pleasure of Srimati Radhika. That is Durga Devi. So now see the opulence, the Aishwarya of Srimati Radhika, from maintaining all the planetary Golok Vrindavan Dham and serving Krishna there, serving Krishna in the form of Dwarika, then serving Krishna as Lakshmi in the form of Lakshmi Devi as a Vishnu's Ardhangani, and then same Radharani's expansion, partial expansion is coming in the form of Durga and serving this material world, this Maya, what's called Mahamaya. This is the opulence of Srimati Radhika, how opulent it is. That's why it says, Yatha Radha Priya, Vishnu Padma Puran says, who is Priya, topmost lover of Sri Krishna, it is Srimati Radhika. Radha Vrindavane Vane, why is Radha? She is everywhere in Vrindavan. Everyone, every forest of Vrindavan, every Kunja forest of Vrindavan, who is there? Only Radharani is there. Matsya Puran says this. Tatra Adi Radhika Savashta, Adi Puran says this. That's why I worship Srimati Radharani. Lakshaya Kamala Dashyaga. Who is serving this Kamala Nayana Krishna? Padma Puran says it is Srimati Radhika. Radhika Noti Saktam Kamatasya Radhika Prada Brahmavirat Puran. It says one who fulfills all desires of living entities by dropping a hair from eyes. She is so much merciful. Now we understood the opulence of Srimati Radharani. Her expansion is in every corner, everywhere. The potency, wherever you see potency, wherever you see Shakti, it is coming from Srimati Radhika in the form of material world or spiritual world. Either expansion or expansion of the expansion, ultimately it is Radharani's Shakti. But that is the opulence, that is the Aishwarya. Now it says about Karuna, how much merciful she is. Srimati Radharani is internal potency, but internal potency in the form of Karuna Shakti. That way says Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Karunam Kurumai Karuna Barite Sanata Sanantana Varante. Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava. So it is said that Srimati Radharani is the formation, the Krishna Karuna, the mercy form of Krishna. Karuna Shakti has taken a form, and that form is Srimati Radharani. That form is Srimati Radharani. So who can be more merciful than Srimati Radharani? She is so merciful, it is said, even if one person drops one, tear from his eyes calling Radhe without duplicity, that she fulfill all his desires. What a person can desire. We cannot desire, we are foolish, we can desire some material things. But if we even desire the Vaikuntha planet, if we even desire the planet greater than Brahmaji, even if we desire to go to Golok Vrindavan Dham, she will take there also. There are so many stories in Vrindavan where those pure devotees, those simple-hearted devotees of the Lord, one devotee story comes, which I was telling earlier also. He was calling, he lost his wife, lost in the sense she went somewhere, and he was calling her wife Kishori, Kishori everywhere. He asked many people in Vrindavan, where is Kishori? They said, Kishori, whose name is Kishori? Kishori is Radharani's name. Whose name is Ladli Ju? Radharani's name. Then sometimes many people say Bhagavatam does not say Radharani's name directly. No, Bhagavatam does not say directly. It says indirectly. It says Shriya. Why doesn't Bhagavatam say it directly? Because Bhagavatam, if Shukdev Goswami says he gets fainted for 6 months. It is Bhagavatam says if Shukdev Goswami utters the name of her Swamini, her mistress Srimati Radhika, he gets so deep immersed that he will get unconscious for 6 months. And within 7 days, he has to speak whole Bhagavatam, which we learned last Sunday, and he has to finish it. Takshak Nag is coming within 7 days. So how can he go unconscious and sleep? He cannot do that. That's why he is not directly uttering the name of Radhika, but then he is saying Sa Gopi, the Gopi with whom Krishna ran away from the Rasa Leela. There must be some special Gopi where Krishna has gone with. When they say footsteps, there are 4 footsteps, 2 of Krishna and 2 of some Gopi. Then the Gopika says, yes, there is some Gopi with Krishna, and this Gopi is none other than Srimati Radharani. Shukdev Goswami gives a hint over there. Then they say only 1 footprint, 2 footprints, not 2. He said, okay, this Krishna has lifted this Gopi on his arms and he is gone. But one Siddhanta says, okay, he left even that Gopi, so that Gopis don't feel, jealous about Srimati Radharani. That is again a Rasa Siddhanta, will not go there today. But the point here is Srimati Radharani is the topmost mercy. Even that person who was calling her, looking for her wife, calling Kishori, Kishori. Somebody told Kishori is in Barsana. Barsana is a temple where Radharani's father built a nice house for her. She took birth in Raval, which is near to Gokul. And from Raval, they came to Barsana, one small hill. That hill is nothing but Lord Brahma himself taken the shape of a hill so that he can serve Srimati Radharani. Nandishwar, where Nanda Bhavan is there, Lord Krishna's birth, this house is there. That Nandishwar, it is on the Nandishwar Parvat, Nandishwar hill. That Nandishwar hill is nothing but Lord Shiva himself. And Govardhan is nothing but Lord Vishnu himself, Lord Krishna himself. So Srimati Radha, he said somewhere in that hill, there is a temple, there is one house where Kishoriji stays. And that person is calling Kishori, Kishori, Kishori whole night, crying. Lalita ji is saying to Radharani, one devotee is calling you. He's saying, he's not calling me, he's looking for his wife. He said, but he's calling your name. Whose name is he uttering? He said, yeah, he's saying Kishori. 2 days he's uttering same name and calling Kishori, Kishori. Lalita ji, Radharani cannot tolerate him. He said, please bring him to me. He's looking for me or he's looking for anyone else, but he's calling my name. I must go to him. Lalita ji holds his hand and brings to Radharani, and when he sees Radharani, Kishori ji, what else can he see? The beauty of Srimati Radhika, the opulence of the mercy of Srimati Radhika. What else is needed? He starts crying, and when he saw Srimati Radharani, there is no one more beautiful in this whole cosmos other than Srimati Radharani. The beauty of Radharani even surpasses Lakshmi, Uma, Rama, Satya. You cannot even imagine. It is said the most beautiful woman in this world, if you compare the most, which has all the beauty together in this material world. If you compare to the beauty in the Apsara, in the Sargaloka, Apsaras in the Sargaloka, the heavenly damsels, what we call, their beauty is 100 times more than all the beauty taken together of any woman in this material world or any man in that case. But again, the beauty of in the Maharloka, where the Rishi Munis do tapasya, the Yagya Purusha, Narayan is present, they are even more beautiful than those of Swarga Apsaras. And when you go higher to the Brahmaloka, there the beauty is much more. Then even crossing this Brahmahanda and reaching Ayodhya, reaching Vaikuntha, where Lakshmi Devi is 100,000 times more beautiful than those Apsaras, those heavenly damsels. And even more beautiful than those Lakshmis are the wives of Krishna, the Manishis of Dwarika. And that Rukmani, when she hears about Radhika, even when she meets even the servant of Srimati Radhika in Vrindavan, it is said in one episode, that when she meets her, she says, "Oh Radhe, please help me. I was looking to search you." That woman is saying, no, I am not Radhika. I am the servant of Srimati Radhika. Radhika is in the Kunja, inside in one small guru. You see, you are not Radhika. Just seeing the servant of Srimati Radhika, Rukmani is offering Dandavat Pranam. And when she says the second level servant, third level servant, she herself lost the consciousness how beautiful Srimati Radhika is. This is just seeing the dasis of Srimati Radhika when she sees Radhika. So, from the beauty perspective, Krishna is all attractive. We call Krishna as Madan Mohan. What we also are saying, Krishna is Madan Mohan. He attracts even Kamadev. But who is Srimati Radharani? Srimati Radharani is Madan Mohan Mohini. She even attracts Madan Mohan. That is what Srimati Radharani's beauty is. That is what Srimati Radharani's opulence is. That is what Srimati Radharani's Karuna, her mercy is. So who can help us? She is most merciful and she is very simple. She is not crooked. She just sees if somebody drops one tear. Brahma Vivarat Purana, it is not my word. It is a Purana. Brahma Vivarat Purana, what is saying? Radha Nati Shaktim Kamanam Tasmat Radhika Tirtidu. If you drop one eye drop, this tear from your eyes, Radhika will give you everything. There is nothing what is not possible. Radhe Radhe, then it is said once, our one Brajavasi, one Sant, his name was Albeli Sarkar, Albeli Mahashay. He was calling Radharani always Albeli Sarkar. Albeli means she is very notorious, or you can say she is very Albeli. Albeli is a Hindi word, I don't know English translation, but you cannot compare her. Albeli Sarkar. He says, Radhe Radhe Kahat Hi Nikshat Sab Vikar. When you say Radhe Radhe, just uttering the word Radhe, Ra, he says even Radhe, when you just say the word Ra in the Radhe Radhe Shabd, when you say only word Ra, all your vikar, all your papa karma, all your bad desires are gone out. Then it says, okay, if it is gone out, will it come back? And it says, Apuna avat pavat nahi. It will not be able to come back. Dakka mare dakar. There is two shabd in Radha, Ra and Da. By saying Ra, all the papa karma, all the bad habits, all the bad things from our heart are gone out. Will it come back? No, it says it cannot come out, because as you say Da, Radha, the Da word is for Dakka marta hai, Dakka mare dakar. The Da word kicks it very far and it never comes back. These vikar, these things never come back to us. So this is the powerful name of Srimati Radharani. This is Muni Nivrande Vandite. Lord Shiva also prays to Srimati Radharani in Radha Ashtakam. Rupa Goswami says in his Ashtakam, Vrindavaneshwari Ihakel Kule Muni Nivrande Vandite Lok Shokaharani Basanna Vakra Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasani Vajendra Bhanunandani Vajendra Sunu Sangite Kada Karishyasi Man Kripa Kataksha Bhajana. Oh Radharani, when you will give your Kripa Kataksha to me. Nitamb Bimba Tapaman Pushpa Mekhala Gune Prashasna Ratna Kinkani Kalap Mandi Munjale Karenu Shunu Dandika Viroha Subha Gurke Kada Karishya Kripa. It says Ananta Koti Vishnu Lok Namra Padmanantite Himadraja Palomaja Varantaja Varapade Apar Siddhi Riddhi Dikta Sampada Gulinate. Ananta Koti Vishnu Lok. So many innumerable Vishnu Lokas are at your lotus feet. Apar Riddhi Siddhi, all Siddhi, everything comes from the toenail, from the light of your toenail. Apar Riddhi Siddhi. Makheshwari, Kriyeshwari, Swadeshwari, Sureshwari, Trived Bharateshwari, Praman Shasaneshwari, Rameshwari, Khameshwari, Pramodakananeshwari, Vrjeshwari, Vrjadike, Sri Radhike. So this is how our Acharya Ghan, they all pray to Srimati Radharani. This is how I think light is gone again. I may get disconnected once again. So please bear with me. I get disconnected. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, I hope I will stay connected. I don't know how long. So this is about Srimati Radha Tattva, Srimati Radhika Tattva. I know a lot of time is spent on this particular tattva, but this is the topmost tattva. There is nothing more than this, as we already heard some, Praman from different Puran, Ved, Bhagavatam. There is nothing more to know than Radha Tattva. If you know Radha Tattva, if you know Krishna Tattva, this is the topmost Tattva we can know. And this is something not only spoken by Lord Shiva, not by Brahma, even Swayam Lord Krishna himself is serving Srimati Radharani. Sometimes we feel how it is, this picture where Krishna is putting his head onto the feet of Srimati Radharani. When Jayadev Goswami was writing Shirshi Mandalam, that Krishna puts his head on the feet of Srimati Radharani, this thought, this line came to his mind. And then he said, no, I should not write this. This is too much. Understand, Radharani is Supreme Personality. She always serves Krishna. Krishna always serves her. But Krishna putting his head onto the feet of Srimati Radharani, this word does not look proper, appropriate. And he says his wife Padmavati, I will go take a bath from the Ganga and I will come back, then I will write something. In the meantime, when he is going out, within few seconds only, he is coming back and saying, Padmavati, so you didn't go to take a bath? I thought I will write. I will first buy this writing and then I will go take bath. And he comes and he writes in his own pen, how I put my hand onto the feet of Srimati Radharani. And who was he who has come back? Not Jayadev Goswami. Lord Krishna himself has come and he is writing this pad. And when he gives darshan to Padmavati, he takes prasad from his hand and he leaves. When the original Jayadev Goswami comes, he said, you just went again you are coming. What is happening? He said, no, I didn't came back. I went the first time and I am coming now. He says, but you wrote this shloka here, Shirshi Mandalam. When he says, when he opens the book, he says, yes, it is written that Krishna himself is putting head onto the feet of Srimati Radha. So that is Tattva Rasa Siddhanta, how Radharani even attracts Krishna from the opulence perspective, from the beauty perspective, from the Karuna perspective. I don't want to go to in this stage of in the mood of bhavas, in the rasa deep. Then there are so many things. There are so many good, bhav in the topmost Madana ke Mahabhav. From the prema, when we go to Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sang, Bhajan Kriya, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Prem, then Bhav, Mahabhav, Madana ke Mahabhav. This is the topmost Bhav in the stage of Rasa, how this is established. But since our time is limited, any questions so far on Radha Tattva or anything? Anyone want to add anything before we have summary on Kunti Mata's teachings? Anyone want to add anything here? Anyone has any questions? Please feel free to ask. Please feel free to add if there is something any devotee wants to add. We have very few devotees, but yeah, anyone have any questions or want to add anything?
बस मैं तो यही समझता हूँ कि इट्स बियॉन्ड वर्ड्स टू एक्सप्लेन. ये जस्ट इट्स टेस्टिंग, जैसे आपको स्वाद जो है ना बिना चखे हम उसको एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर सकते. तो ये तत्व तो इतना गहरा है कि बस महसूस किया जा सकता है.
बिल्कुल
बस
बिल्कुल सही, प्रभु जी ने बहुत सही बोला. इट इज वेरी
डिफिकल्ट टू एक्सप्लेन
the mercy of Srimati Radharani. We can just see how fortunate we are hearing about her. It is not easy. I mean,
not easy.
There are 50-60 devotees in this group who are registered, but today even understand Radha Tattva who has come. I know all the names, most of the names here who have come, all our singers from different groups, and they are hearing this stuff. Not everyone is able to hear this Tattva. We can have darshan also. Sukanta Prabhu is showing some darshan. Prabhu, you are showing us some darshan. I can see some darshan. Gopinath, okay, but it is not visible properly. Yeah. So Prabhuji is in Vrindavan and in temple of Shri. I think this is Radharaman. Yeah, looks like Radharaman, but very far. You can have darshan of Radharaman ji also, being so fortunate today hearing about Srimati Radharani. Radharaman is nobody other than Radha and Krishna himself. It is only deity in Vrindavan which is self-manifested from a Shaligram. It is not who has made this Sri Vigraha from his hand. If the Shaligram Shila transformed himself in the form of Radharamana. It has all symbols of Shaligram. Generally, a Shaligram has symbols like Chakra, Padma, all those things. This Shaligram will have symbols also. And sometimes devotees can see the teeth of Radharaman. Sometimes they see lips are closed. This is such a wonderful, deity. And it is said, it is why it's called Radharaman. There is no Radharani separately in this temple, but in the heart of Krishna is Srimati Radharani. That's why it's called Radharaman. So Radharani stays in the heart of Sri Krishna. This is such a beautiful occasion. I think to complete our topic also, we will take 10 minutes more to understand Maharani Kunti's teachings so that we are in sync with our topics. So all of us understand who Maharani Kunti is. Anyone who does not know Maharani Kunti, Kunti Mata is the mother of 5 Pandavas. And, we understand teachings of the Kunti. We'll take it next Sunday also as per our schedule. There are 2 sessions of Maharani Kunti teachings. But today I will just introduce another 10-15 minutes about Kunti Maharani. So Kunti Maharani prayer starts when Lord Krishna is leaving for our Dwarika after the Hastinapur. The great war of Mahabharata is over. Pandavas have taken the oath and they are again established Yudhishthira Maharaj as the king of Hastinapur, Indraprasth, and everything is settled after a lot of turmoil of Mahabharata war, after a lot of troubles with with Kauravas, and even the last trouble what Ashwathama, when he killed all the 5 Pandavas, sons, taking their heads to Duryodhana. That time even Draupadi was very much agitated. All my 5 sons were killed, that too in the sleep. How cruel is that person? And Arjuna takes a vow that I will bring that Ashwathama's head to you before sunset. And then Arjuna goes behind him and he brings him. And Krishna is saying, kill him. Kill him. He is Atatai. Atatai is one who is not good to fit for living. The one Atatais are those who burn somebody's house, who steal a Brahmana's wife, who does so bad things, who kills the animals, who kills the humans. They are called Atatais. And Krishna says, kill Atatai. Atatai should be killed. Even somebody who is killing animals, any jiva or animals is called Atatai. Then our Bhagavatam says, Krishna is saying today in Kali Yuga, everyone is non-vegetarian. They are eating so much non-veg, they are killing animals. So as per Krishna, they all should be killed. That is why in the end of Kali Yuga, when there is only Papa Purusha, there will be mass killing of these jivas who are not following any regular principles. But then Arjuna is not killing him, he is binding him. He brought him to his wife Draupadi. He has told, I will bring his head. He didn't say dead or alive. He said, I brought him her with you. But Kunti Mata, I mean, our Draupadi is so much merciful also. She is saying, why you have bound him? He is your Gurudev's son. But he is saying, he killed our 5 sons. But he's a Brahmana. And on top of it, he is the son of your Gurudev. You cannot bind him even. Open him. So how merciful even Draupadi Maharani is by the mercy of Krishna. I don't want to go deep in that. But then after this episode, even they leave him, but again he does, mischief of trying to kill the last son of the Pandavas dynasty, that is Parikshit Maharaj, in the mother of her Putra. He invokes Brahmastra, which has no opposition. Nobody can break Brahmastra. And then Uttara is crying for Krishna, Brahmastra is coming, please save me. And Krishna, it is said, enters in the womb of Uttara and saves Krishna from his chakra. And he is called Parikshit. He is already Rakshit by Krishna. He has so much mercy of Krishna. Even in the womb, he is protected. So that Parikshit Maharaj is listening to Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. He is the topmost devotee of the Lord. And then after settling all those things and all these things happening, going back to Dwarika, Kunti Maharani, text 18, it is said she comes running to Krishna and says, you don't go. You don't go. Kunti Mata, Krishna is saying, no, now I have time to go. Because I spent Mahabharat, war happened 18 days, I was here, then we do Rajashri Yajna, we established everything. Now I have to go back to Dwarika. Then Kunti Mata is saying, if you go, then we'll be again in distress. He said, distress, okay. Kunti Mata then is praying to Krishna, Krishna, why are you leaving us? It's okay, you ask any blessings, whatever you want, and then let me go. Then Kunti Mata is saying, "Theek hai, you give me one vardhan." Say, what do you want, Kunti Mata? Says, Bua, what do you want? He says, give me troubles. Says, give me troubles. Saying, Krishna is saying, troubles you want? Whole life you were in troubles. When you were a small girl, I mean a young girl, you were unmarried. You got a son from sun god, Karna. Even unmarried woman having a son, even that time in Dwapar Yuga, how dangerous it was, how it is so much, you cannot even imagine. She has to leave his son in the water and let somebody take care of it. Unmarried woman becoming pregnant and giving the birth to a son. You had been so much trouble, okay, somehow or other you got married to Pandav Maharaj. But within Pandav Maharaj was also not healthy. He had a pilia, was suffering from always, he has a yellow color because the background is when Vedavyas, I don't want to go that story. When Vedavyas gave birth, become the father of the Dhritarashtra and Pandu, because their husband was already left the body, and when Satyavati requested Vedavyas to give them the sons, and it is said in the Vedas, in that time it is not always required to have the Maithun or the sexual relationship to produce children. Like Devatas does not give Kunti Mata, they don't have a physical relationship with Kunti or any other by giving the son as Arjun, Pandav, Bhim and all those. They just by mantra Shakti, by touch, somebody by mantra, somebody by seeing, only you get the son. But then we know Kunti Mata, when you were so young, after marriage also, there is in a very young age your husband died. Again you were in trouble. Somehow by the mercy of demigods you got sons. You got Arjun, Bhim, Yudhishthir. Then Madhuri got Nakul, Sahadev by your mercy. From Ashwini Kumaras, Bhim came from Pavandev. Yudhishthir Maharaj came from Dharmaraj. From Indra came Arjun. You don't have your own children, but Devatas gave you those children. And even if you get small children, there is always danger on their head. Sometimes Arjuna, Bhima is getting poisoned by Duryodhana, saying, okay, they will become tomorrow very powerful. They will take this rule. They will take everything from us. So he is giving him poison. Although he is giving him poison, but Bhima is, when he went into when they threw him the Ganga after giving poison, Bhima reached Patal Loka where Vasuki, Nag, there are so many snakes, they were biting him. Who has come here? And as it says, poison cuts poison. Since he was poisoned, and those snakes bite Bhima, all his poison gone away. And then he only is biting those snakes and killing them. Bhima became so powerful. Then the Vasuki sent very powerful snakes and bind Bhima with his rope and brought him to this courtyard. Then when they inquired who he is, where he has come from, then his grandfather was also in the same. His grandfather's grandfather. Kunti Mata's father, Kunti Bhoj's grandfather was there. Then he says, okay, he's our own relative. Give him the power. What power? There are 8 kundas there. Every kund, if you drink water, you will get the power of, how many? 10,000 elephants. 2,000 elephants. And there are 8 kundas, 1,000 in each, 1,000 elephants per kund. And he drinks for 8 kundas, he get only 8,000 elephants, power of 8,000 elephants. Already when he was born, he has a power of 2,000 elephants. So now he got 10,000 elephant of 10,000 elephants. Although he got power, again he has come back. But then Kunti Mata was always crying, why is my son gone? Said whole childhood, even when They were always trying to kill your sons. You were in trouble. You were crying. Then when they became young, somehow or other, they got their kingdom back. But again, there was an attack on them to kill them in Lakshagraha, burning them alive. Somehow you escaped with them and stayed in jungle for a long time. Again, you were in trouble. Then again, after some time, when you went back to the kingdom, your daughter-in-law, your Vadu was tried to be robed in the whole assembly of all those. How much trouble you have got. In a young age, you lost your husband. And again, this whole Mahabharata youth, you are again asking trouble. Why are you asking trouble? What is the, why? You are something else, Kunti Maharani. Why are you asking trouble? But Kunti Maharani is saying, hey Krishna, I know I got so many troubles. But the benefit of all those troubles was whenever I had some trouble, you were with me. Whenever we were in trouble, when Durvasa Muni came to us, we called you and you came. When Draupadi was disrobed, you came and you saved her. When we were in the Lakshagraha, you helped us. So whenever there is trouble, we are able to see you. When this Mahabharata fight is happening, you are with us. Now everything is settled, you want to leave us. So we don't want to leave you. Even if it is cost of getting trouble every step, I'm ready to have that trouble, but I don't want to leave you. This is the topmost teaching of Kunti Maharani. She says, whatever condition it is, I want Krishna's darshan, Krishna's samidhya. I don't want to leave Krishna. That is why I said, you don't leave us. It is better to give me trouble. Then Krishna says, no, I won't give you any more trouble. I will give you, you ask any other benediction. Then Kunti Maharani is saying, okay, if you still want to leave and give me a benediction, then give me the benediction of having your devotional service like the honey bottle, like the honey coming from the honey bottle, like the Ganga river flowing from the Gangotri to the Ganges without getting disturbed, without getting, it's called avichan aviral bhakti, ahetu ki aprihata. Without any reason, without any interruption, I must always do your bhakti, I must always be your devotee. That is only thing what I want from you. Then Krishna says, Athastu, sure, I will give you this thing. Hey Kunti Mata, your devotion to me will never end. Your devotion to me will be always continuing like the stream of honey flowing. It is not cut anywhere. It is continuously flowing. So your bhakti will be to me like that. Then said Kunti Mata, I offer my obeisances unto you because you are the original personality and unaffected by the qualities and material world. You exist both within and without everything, yet invisible to everyone. Being beyond range of limited sense perception, you are eternally irreproachable factor covered by certain diffused energy. You are invisible to foolish observers, exactly as actor dressed in the place are not recognized. Kunti Maharani is saying, some foolish people does not recognize you. They are envious of you. They say, why? Why Krishna? I am the enjoyer. Aham bhogta. Then those foolish people think you are also like one of them. Because you are dressed like a human body, you are taking like a human form of shape. They are thinking you are also human being, we are also human being. They are foolish people. Because as an actor dresses different dresses he put and he does acting. Similarly, you are doing the acting today here as the Sarthi of Arjuna or as a different roles you are taking, but you are not this. You are the supreme personality of God. You yourself descended to propagate the transcendental science of devotional service. You have come to this world to propagate this loving service. This is what you have come to give. Therefore, how can we women know perfectly? So these are the prayers of Kunti. We will hear these prayers again next Saturday. What and why these prayers are also important, we will try to go deeper, little bit more deeper into this. But the Kunti Mata's teaching or his devotional service to Krishna is very, very powerful. Why? Because even within the troubles of this material world, she always prayed to Krishna. And even she is the only one who has requested Krishna to give more troubles. And then on top of it, she has served Krishna in every aspect, whether she was in trouble, whether she was in happiness, whether she was a queen, whether she was in the forest. She never complained, Krishna, why I am doing this? Why I got all this? Why I did this? No. Because this is what Krishna is teaching us, how a devotee should be, how tolerant a devotee should be, how dedicated and how unsleeping devotional service one should follow. So these are one of the few teachings of Maharani Kunti. We will get into more detail next Saturday about this. If anyone has any questions so far what we have learned, or anyone want to add anything else before our time, which is coming to the close of this session? Any more questions? Any questions on Maharani Kunti or any comments anyone want to add? कोई कुछ बोलना चाहेगा, कोई कुछ पॉइंट आपका, कोई विचार जो हम लोग कवर नहीं कर पाए, या आपका कोई प्रश्न है कुछ, चाहे राधा तत्व के ऊपर है और इवन कुंती महारानी के ऊपर अगर कोई प्रश्न आपका है, या महाभारत के विषय पर भी, तो हम कवर कर सकते हैं। योगेश्वर प्रभु, ज्योति दीदी, कविता दीदी, एनीवन वांट टू ऐड एनीथिंग? शिवानी दीदी, विनोदिनी दीदी।
सुनना आसान है, सुनाने से ना
आसान तो है,
सुनना बहुत आसान है, आनंद आता है ना।
हमारे गुरुजन वर्णन करते हैं ये जो
में बहुत आनंद आता है,
ये कानून के द्वारा अमृत पीने का एक रास्ता है।
अमृत पीने का रास्ता
उससे हम रसगुल्ला खा सकते हैं, 2-3 रसगुल्ला खाने के बाद पेट बोलेगा बस। अगर हरि कथा अगर दिन रात चलती रहे रसमय, तो कभी ना तो मन करेगा उठने का, ना तो मन करेगा बंद करने का।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
ये ऐसा रस है जो हृदय और आत्मा को संतुष्ट करता है।
बिल्कुल।
इसलिए हरि कथा सुनने से कोई आनंद की वस्तु है ही नहीं।
बिल्कुल।
फिर भी कोई विचार ऐसा होता है ना कि उसको प्रकट करना चाहते हैं, या कोई प्रश्न ऐसे, कोई दुविधा, कोई प्रश्न मन में आता है, तो we can ask, we can feel free. There is no there is nothing to be shy or nothing to feel that I don't know this.
दुविधा तो कोई मन में नहीं ना। हाँ जी, बिल्कुल, कोई दुविधा नहीं मन में था।
तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद once again. Thank you to all the devotees who are present here today. Thank you Jyoti Didi, Kavita Didi, Shwani Didi, Shreya Didi, Vinodini Didi, रामचंद्र प्रभु, और थैंक यू वो जब वो लोग पहले जुड़े थे, आप सबका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक्स फॉर टेकिंग योर टाइम एंड ज्वाइनिंग।
बहुत आपका भी बहुत बहुत
नेक्स्ट टाइम। बोलो श्रीमद् भागवतम ग्रंथ पुराण की जय, बोलो श्रीमद् राधा पुराणी की जय, की जय, बोलो कुंती महारानी की जय, अनंत वैष्णव वृंद की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जय महाराज की जय, नित्याय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि
हरि हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल।
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम।
दंडवत दंडवत।
हरे कृष्ण।
थैंक यू।